If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 19 of Season 2 here at West Ham United. In the last episode we had a conundrum. One of the players we were hoping to bring in at striker has had all ties cut with him from us by his club. They've decided that we haven't been able to reach the agreement that they wanted, and they've said we're not speaking to you anymore until the next window, which is a little bit childish of Villarreal, but that is the scenario we find ourselves in. In the last episode, one of our youngsters scored two very good goals. Galeno scored two very good goals, and we were contemplating whether we would give youth a chance, so to speak, and stick with him, or bring someone else in. And there was actually a mixture of comments actually with regards what we should do future-wise with that striking position. And whilst I would love to give youth a chance, someone raised a very, very good point. If something happens to Ben Yedder, I'd be left with just a 57 rated striker to try and maintain a Champions League spot in the league, to try and win the Capital One Cup, to go further in the FA Cup, and to try and compete in the Champions League against Barcelona as well. So, whilst we have the money to do something, I'm going to try and do something with this money and bring in a marquee striking signing. At present, we don't have anyone else I can sell on, I don't think. If I actually get to the right tab, let's scroll across. Do we actually know? Do we have anyone currently transfer listed? Parfit Williams, Borg, Imbula we can still use. I thought he'd gone for some reason. We can still use Imbula, so we'll try and use him as make weight for a striker. You guys gave me loads of suggestions, and these are the ones I've added to the shortlist. Bakambu's still there. Chicharito we had previously as well. I'll leave him on the list. Griezmann I think is going to be far too expensive, but it's time to go for a marquee signing in this series. We haven't yet gone out and spent a load of money on one player that is genuinely world class. But the position we find ourselves in now at West Ham, in the knockout stages of the Champions League, in the top four again for the second season here at West Ham, it's time we did that. Daniel Sturridge would be another marquee signing that we could potentially do. And this one, whilst in real life would be, he wouldn't even contemplate it. If you take into account what Liverpool are doing in this series, they finished just outside the relegation zone last year, and they're still in 13th this year. They play Christian Benteke instead of Daniel Sturridge more often than not as well in all competitions. So personally, I think if the scenario in real life was the same as it has been in this series, with West Ham being top four 2 or 3 years in a row, I reckon we could do this deal. So I'm going to approach Liverpool about Daniel Sturridge. I will just offer them 15 maybe? No, I'll offer them 13 plus Imbula, because that will actually take it to about 22 as a total fee, or 22.5 if you want to be exact. So we'll see what they say about that. I am going to offer for Griezmann, but I'm not sure whether we can get anything done there. He might be just slightly too expensive. Callum Wilson isn't a marquee signing, but would be an effective signing. And Loic Remy is still very, very good, despite being 30 years of age. His stats still are good enough for him to be pretty effective for us if we were to bring him in. So I might offer, say, 3 million plus. Since this player has arrived, we might have to overpay. Yeah, obviously it's Chelsea, but if we offer 3 million plus in Bula, you never know, they might just accept something. I will put bids in for the others as well. Callum Wilson, I'm waiting for a scout report back on. I'm not sure how much he's grown over the past season and a half in this series. Apparently they want quite a bit for Griezmann, so I'll offer them 20 plus in Bula, which doesn't actually reach anywhere near to his 32 fee, so that's probably going to be slightly out of our reach. And again, with Chicharito, I'll offer the same sort of deal here that we did with Remy. In fact, I might go 4 million plus in Bula there, just to make sure that we're definitely over the valuation that he has on the market right now. So we'll see what happens between now and the game against Manchester City, and then after that we'll see what happens between the Manchester City game and deadline day, and that will be today's episode. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't to this point. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days as well, in case you're falling out of you're not up to date with everything that's going on. But we've had a final report on Gylfi Sigurdsson, who we don't need anymore. Transfer budget added from the FA, or Capital One Cup, sorry, that's not going to make any difference. A match rescheduled. The Baselli deal we can now reject because we don't need him. That would have seen Imbula leave, but we want to save that money and go for a striker now. We've had a bid for Alisson for 17.5 million, but we'll be rejecting that. He is definitely going to be our first team keeper for the you know, immediate future and beyond, presumably. So no word yet about the offers that we threw around there. I do need to check the fixture list to see when the Capital One Cup final and the next round of the FA Cup have been scheduled for. I forgot about that. Imbula's gone to Stoke for 11 million. Okay, I'd genuinely forgotten about that, but that is the best move for Imbula because in real life he's gone to Stoke. So fine, we've had £9.5 million added to our budget, which means I will now have to rebid for all of the other players we bid for. I completely forgot about that Stoke deal. You've probably been watching the first few minutes going, Tez, you've already sold Imbula. So not search players. I did want to go into the shortlist, so we'll have to rebid for the others. If I actually might be able to go to transfer negotiations, that would make it easier. No, it won't. Let's go to shortlist. I wasn't sure whether it would have kept the previous deals active, but it hasn't. It's just straight up cancelled them. So they say we might have to overpay for Remy. We'll offer them 15. We have 30 available and plenty of wages. We may even, if I edit my budget, be able to go for Griezmann now. If I up that to, it's going to be close though because he's going to be on a lot of wages. I don't know what he's on a week at Atleti. Let's have a look. What is he on a week? 120,000. We can offer them, well, yeah, about what he's valued at now. We'll offer them, we might as well just offer them 32. And hopefully they accept it. I might be able to offer another youngster in addition, but don't think we'll be able to get a youngster involved as well. And we'll offer, I'll just offer 20 for Sturridge as well. We'll see what happens. We can always go up from there, can't we? And we'll also throw in a bid for Chicharito. Hopefully we can get the striking signing done. So let's just, again, we'll go 15. No, not necessarily. We'll go 13 for him. Because we offer 15 for Remy, but Remy's at Chelsea, so we might have to overpay for Remy anyway. But it looks like the next game is going to be played now against Manchester City, so we'll jump into that. They're starting Aubameyang up top again, City, and they've got James Rodriguez sat at centre mid, which is strange. They've got Kevin De Bruyne at cam, and they've gone with James Rodriguez as a central midfielder alongside Yaya Toure. So that's not very defensive at all. City are going for it here. Nice. Space for Jefferson. Pushing up from left back. We'll try and turn inside Zabaleta. Not really too sure where to go here. Barkley could show good strength. There's Noble. First touch is decent, and I was going to try and turn, but the shot's deflected. Simple save for Joe Hart. We're starting off on the front foot, though, which is great. Oh, that's a heavy touch by James. Sané. There's Barkley on the 5-star weak foot. Crucial finish. Devastating mistake from James Rodriguez. We mentioned he's not really a holding midfielder. He's not that good sitting that deep, and it's cost him by playing the adventurous formation. James, it's a weird turn, took forever to get control of it. Sané steals it, and that's a good finish from Barkley on his 5-star weak foot. We're 1-0 in front at the Etihad. Riedewald to Barkley. Ben Yedder's made the run, so we'll play him in. He's up against Company though, of all people defensively to try and get past with a tiny little tricky centre forward. You don't really want to be up against someone of Vincent Kompany's quality, but Semedo might find a teammate here. I see Noble, but the pass is terrible, and that's half-time. Riedewald trying to close down Aubameyang. Well blocked as well. Counter-attack maybe? Question mark. Clichy's tucked in, so we'll get it out wide to Lanzini. It's not the best of passes and hasn't really been in his path, but if I can get a nice Berber spin in, we might be able to still create something. That's a great ball to Ben Yedder. No, but Zabs gets the foot in. I was just waiting to try and make that extra turn to get, kind of try and roll the defender. That's not going to work, and that'll be a free kick to City. Are you sure? How is that a free kick to them? They've not created anything so far in this game. They've had a lot of possession, but they've been really poor, Manchester City. Clichy with a header. That's their one and only shot of the game to this point, and not really worth any note whatsoever. Oh, nice tackle by Lanzini on Clichy. Wasn't expecting that. Played it into Barkley, who's made a great run around the outside. There are two people in the middle, Kondogbia and Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder can hopefully pull off the back here, and he has. No, there's Jeffrey Kondogbia. Straight at Joe Hart. Oh, Jeff, you've let me down, sir. Sterling is so quick. I cannot catch him with Riedewald. He'll keep that in as well. And a great cross. Very, very good goal from Manchester City. Sterling utilising that 93 or whatever it is pace. And then De Bruyne with a very good header. City, questionable positioning-wise, didn't really want to challenge for the ball at all. It was Jefferson behind him that threw himself at it. Disappointing from that point of view, but they made a mistake for our goal, and Titty's made a mistake for their goal. 1-1. Full-time whistle has gone. It's finished 1-1. We'll take a point from the Emirates. From the Etihad. Slightly disappointed not to have gotten all three with a mistake from Umtiti at the back. But you can see City came back into it in the game. When we went 1-0 up, they hadn't had a shot, I don't think, to that point. But they got themselves back in it, and very well done indeed as well. So let's try and get ourselves a striker, shall we? Right, it's deadline day. I'll move myself to the middle of the screen so you can see these deals. Willian's gone to Atleti for £15 million. Ibora's gone to Bilbao. Berahino to Swansea. They're the biggest deals of the window so far. Imbula to Stoke is the most recent. So not much has happened since we sold Imbula to Stoke. Chelsea have accepted the offer for Remy. We've had the offer accepted for Chicharito as well. They want 61 for Griezmann. We're not going to be getting Antoine. What do Liverpool want? 36. Well, I can go up as high as 32. So let's meet them halfway and go 28. That's 20 to 36 is 16. Half of that is 8. There you go. Basic maths with your man, Chesnoid Gaming. He wants 90 grand a week. That's fine. And important first team player is fine as well. Remy will probably sign that contract. And Chicharito will probably sign the contract that we'll give him as well. But Sturridge is the preference. I'd like to stay English if I can. To bring in more English talent, because we brought in Ross Barkley, of course, and Sam Byram. So it'd be nice to get some more English talent into the club as well, because we've signed quite a few foreigners to this point. But I'll have the latest deals tab open. We'll see if anything happens. Maxwell Cornet to Chelsea for 1.2 million. They've still turned that down. Okay, how about 31? Go on, accept that, Liverpool, please. I'd very much like Daniel Sturridge to join my football club. They've both declined. He wants a bigger role. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And presumably, Chicharito is the same? Yes, he is the same. Fair enough. We'll give them crucial. That's fine. I just wanted to try and keep them happy by offering them important first team players, because they're going to be rotated, obviously, with Ben Yedder. Emails back. Someone called Clark has gone to Juventus from Ipswich. Not the obvious transfer move. We had an offer again for Ben Yedder, this time from Stoke. You've had Imbula off me, Stoke. You're not having Ben Yedder as well. Liverpool have accepted the offer for Sturridge, so we will offer him... I can't offer him 140. But I can alter my budget slightly, can't I, if we need to. So we'll offer him 130. He wants 140. That is more than what he's currently on at Liverpool of 120. Remy's accepted, and Chicharito is more than happy where he is now. That means just give me more money. So we'll give him more money. 120 grand a week we'll offer him as well. We'll see if we can get Sturridge in. We'll leave that there because we might still need to bring Remy in. Please, Daniel, accept 130. Please, Daniel, accept you, son of a bitch. Doesn't feel the move suits him. Right, awkward. We might end up having to go with Remy. Can I give him a little bit more money? It was 31 they accepted, wasn't it? So I can give him up to 160. That will probably change his mind. Again, Chicharito turning down 120. So we'll offer him 140. 2 years, crucial. If you're enjoying the episode to this point, make sure you drop the video a like rating and subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't to this point. We'll offer Sturridge 160, and then if he turns that down, I'll have to offer him 168.8 and see if he'll accept that. But hopefully he'll sign 160. We'll find out. If not, it looks like we'll be getting Loic Remy. Just going by the options that you gave me in the comment section of the previous episode. So we'll see what happens. Goetzer's gone from Bayern to Atleti. That's interesting. Sturridge has accepted the contract over 160. We will bring Daniel Sturridge to West Ham United. Deal done. Thank you very much. Sorry, Chicharito, we're going to have to say no to you right now, and I apologise, Loic. You're going to have to stay at Chelsea as well. Brand new English striker to spearhead our attack. Really, really pleased with that signing. That's a fantastic signing for us. The best and biggest signing we've made so far in this series, which is a sign of the progress we're making as a whole in this career mode. Sturridge can slot in up top there. So we'll round out deadline day. If anything happens, I'll show you. If it doesn't, then we'll skip to the end. Diego Costa has left Chelsea and gone to Bayern Munich. So that's a big one. For them to lose Willian and Costa in the same window is pretty disappointing as a Chelsea fan. But, I mean, it will only strengthen our bid to beat them at the top of the table. And that's going to be the last two deals there. Manisa to West Brom from Orlando Pirates. And then Costa to Bayern Munich. Riedewald is happy now with his first team. The Youth Squad monthly report is still looking good. 78 to 92 for the goalkeeper. Everyone else looks like they might be mid-80s. That's solid. Well, that's going to bring today's episode to a closing, guys. We've made our brand new marquee striking signing. We were able to get a point against City. Would have been nice to beat them to get closer to them at the top. I didn't realise Chelsea were that far down, actually. We have a 4-point gap to Spurs, so we're comfortably inside the Champions League spots, and we're 7 points off top, 6 points, behind City and United, but there are still 14 games to go, so plenty still to be done this season. We're still involved in all 3 cup competitions as well. Who have we got in the... Is that the Capital One Cup final? It is. We've got the Capital One Cup final coming up soon. We have the Champions League coming up soon. And I don't think the FA Cup draw has been made. We beat Arsenal away from home, and it's not been made yet. So we'll find out in due course who we get in the FA Cup as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. But for now, I will see you next time.